Yes, good afternoon, our viewers, and for those who are really following us on Facebook and subscribing to our channels on TikTok, YouTube, and also Twitter at Sports256. Really appreciate you. Today is yet another episode of Hot Take, and I want to welcome my host to the show, Mr. Hudson Mugweri.
Thank you very much, Emma. And it's a pleasure being here again, once again, to talk sports generally. And the viewers out there, thanks for watching. Please keep it up.
All right, let's get moving on. Yeah, we'll throw a little bit of local sports. We have really a lot on our table today. Let's start with the tournament across to in Zanzibar, the cecafa Kagame Cup, with S Villa really have S Villa had a very shaky start with a draw against Al Merrikh, Mentor of South Sudan. Bounced back with a 3-1 win against Singida and finally drawing APR, the champions of Rwanda, 1-1. That means they cannot really qualify automatically. They'll have to wait for a game between Red Arrows, the champions of Zambia, against Assas Telecom. They just need Assas Telecom to draw or win against the Zambians, which is a very tricky game. But last week we here and we are talking about what our expectations of Villa in the Sekafa, and both of us we agree that they don't really need to win this tournament. They'd have to take it as a preparation for their campaign in the CAF preliminary stages. And so far, how has Villa performed, and especially the new signing Najib Yiga, who had a loan spell with Kitara, but formerly of Vipers FC. Vipers FC.
Uh, Performance wasn't bad. Of course, they didn't lose any game in the group stages. They first drew, then they won the game 3-1, which was an incredible game. We saw a very, very interesting from Yiga, and everyone was like, wow, 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 this is what I want to see from Villa. It was an incredible game, and it was a good goal from Yiga. Then they had a must win against APR, but they drew with the team. Generally, the performance hasn't been bad from the Villa side. First of all, they signed new players, so the players had to deal with the old players and they get to know what comes out of them so well. Someone's strength, someone's weakness, someone's movements as well. Because in football, you have to get to know how someone moves. How is his movement? If he's taking a run, how does he run? You know, all those things have to be done like in this tournament because they're playing competitive football, but they're getting to learn themselves like what is Patrick Akande's strength, what is Yiga's strength, all that. Generally, it hasn't been a bad tournament. We wait for the results today, which happens from the other group stage so that they can qualify for the semifinals. But as of now, every Ghana is impressed with the way they're playing their football. Everyone is saying they're trying to build something and they're playing some interesting football, not the Dimula football we've seen before from different teams. These guys can pass the ball so well, and it's interesting to see that from SCV. Thanks to the coach for the good job he has done.
Yeah, that is Dusan football at night. It's really incredible. Coach Mole Wekwaso was really speaking to the media through their Villa Twitter account. He mentioned that they're happy with what they're seeing with the players. Exactly what you're talking about, the coordination, the link up between these new players. I'm sure they're really impressed with the performance so far. Remember, this game here had some players missing, the likes of Aruna Sechiganda, their talisman, the midfielder, Charles Wanga, Regan Pande, Miss Diego, amongst others. So far, Villa has really shown progress, and there is really hope in their campaign against the Sopian side, Coffee. Yeah, but also on the other team that is preparing to perform on the continent is Chitara. Chitara traveled to Ethiopia and they were playing against Mental, the Army side Mental. and they won 2-0, and it was their 80th anniversary, and it was really they spoiled the party for the Ethiopian side. But we saw Omedi coming up with a brace, an incredible brace. And remember, we talked about Kitara still struggling to tie down Omedi long term. What did you make of this campaign of Kitara going to Ethiopia as they prepare for their opponent, a Libyan side? Yeah.
I was talking to one of the officials before they traveled, and I think they had a friendly against the Cranes professionals, against the Cranes legends. They always play from that turf or that playground of our. Of course, Star lost 1-0, but he was
Mm,
telling me Ahmed is not going anywhere. And if he go, we are selling him expensively, not cheap. But he's with us and is going to deliver something. And we saw what he did when he went to Ethiopia,
mm,
scoring brace against the opponent. And of course, I was happy seeing Nwanko Kanu and Nani talking to the players. The players were so happy seeing the legends of African football and also the world football, having a chat with them, giving them some advice, giving them some knowledge. It was so interesting, you know. I was
mm,
looking at the clips and I'm like, oh, these Ugandans, they were so
mm,
impressed to see. They were so like, wow,
mm.
I'm talking to Nani. You know what that means?
Mm.
These are Arsenal legends, Manchester legends. Having a chat with them, they're giving them advice. You know, that friendly meant a lot to them because they're now getting the exposure of
uh,
international football.
the players
Not only
meeting
local, but
the
international
legends,
football. How
Nwako
can
Kanu
they
and
play the kind of football if they're out of Uganda and they're going? Of course, they
for
made the
CAF.
legend. Then yesterday, I saw a statement from the club naming of their captains. Of course, they did with captain, and then they brought in the experience bit of it. They brought in the experienced players as well as the captain. Actually, literally, apart from Crispas Kusima, who is the second assistant captain, the others have remained as they were before.
Mm,
Uh, which is a good thing. Like you're rewarding people who have been here with the club from the big league to UPL. They've been in the club for over 3 seasons, which is an incredible thing you're doing. And the players know what to do. They're leaders, not that they're not leaders. They're disciplined as well because the coach talked about discipline, which is important in our sports as well. If you're disciplined, you can be a leader. So that helps as well. So generally, the club is getting ready for anything called continental football, even next season. They look because after them winning the Uganda Cup, now they're looking at this thing of we can even win the league as well. So we need to make sure the club is well composed, the club is organized. What next? We need the championship as well. We need the Uganda Premier League as well, so that we can go to CAF Champions League, and they can also go as far as playing against big teams like Mamodo Sundowners, which is what people are looking at. Now look at
the
Sundowners, they're
standard.
going to play the FIFA World Cup,
Mm,
yeah, the FIFA World Cup Championship,
mm,
uh, which which is something most of the clubs are looking forward to. You play against Real Madrid, you're playing against teams like big teams generally. You're playing against big teams generally.
yeah,
You know, yeah.
true,
Mm.
true. Yeah,
And
and
the good thing in Africa, the good thing in Africa now we have four spots of FIFA Club World Championship. Four spots. No, it's no longer like
mm,
one sport, the champion of captains. No, there are spots.
mm.
So it helps a lot. It helps a lot. It gives the exposure. Hence, getting more professionals out there.
Yeah, and in addition, let me first go through the schedule of the CAF. The first preliminary stages will be played between uh, the yeah will be played on between the 16th and 18th of August. That's the first leg for both CAF Confederation and CAF Champions League. Then the second leg will be played on the 23rd and 25th of August. I think a week after. Uh, then the second preliminaries, if both teams either AC Villa and Chitara qualify, they will have to play their second preliminary group stage qualification on the 13th and 15th of September. That's the first leg. Then the second leg will be played on the 20th and 22nd of September. There's something interesting here is the registration date. the teams have to register for the first. CAF has this allowance that you register the players who are going to play in the first leg, the first preliminaries, and when you qualify, you are allowed to register more players. And the start date started on the 1st of July, and it's ending 4 days from now. That means Kitara, either Kitara or Villa, if they want to use international players or any player for the first leg, they must have submitted their request by the 20th, yeah, of this month. Then in the second preliminaries, if they qualify, they'll have to submit their ITC deadline. That means if they have international players coming in, they'll have to submit that by the 31st of August. Yeah, so it's well stipulated there. So wish them all the best as they prepare for that. So anyway, we'll move on. This time we'll go to Wakiso. Wakiso named coaching uh, their coaching team, that is uh, Stephen Bengo as the head coach and assistant uh, Tony Maweje. Bengo retired and I think played this testimony in 2019. He has really been doing a little bit of coaching, stepping coaching for Akiso there as assistant, and also he's been joined by Tony Maweje, who also retired in 2022. Yeah, I remember that famous testimony whereby police was thumped by Vipers, I think 5-0. What do you expect from this duo? Remember Wakiso also is coming into this fold. First of all, they have to really start rebuilding. Looking at the Wakiso team that has lost a lot of players. Ayala Luimba, Nyanzi also going to Chitara. So and Chimera, Kenneth Chimera also leaving, and Sematimba also. They'll have to really build. What do you expect from these two coaches here, these two internationals?
First and foremost, when I look at that club, it's a grooming club. We've seen players doing Wakiso Giants and hence going far and playing good football. Now we've got two players, of course, in USA who are from Wakiso Giants, and then some other players leave the club and they go far. Leaving that aside, it's good seeing the Ugandan legends in Ugandan coaching bit of it, like Ugandan football. Of course, to some of us who watched likes of Mayanja to a smaller kind of period, not like how it was still here because we started watching football when kind of grown up and it was around when he was still like he's done with serious business, not at his prime. But the likes of Tonema the likes of Bengo, we watched them play football, know what they can do on the pitch, and hence they were leaders as well. We saw Benga at SC Villa. We saw Maweje at police as well. Then he went professional as well. Even the cranes as well. Leadership would instill to the team. And the good thing, they didn't just retire, then hence going to coaching bit of it. Of course, they've been going through a process from assistant coaches. Now they've become coaches of the club. And with that, of course, we expect results from them. The club they've gone to doesn't put coaches under pressure. The team which says we are building something, so let's give them time as they build their team properly. And with that will help them a lot because imagine Bengal going to Vipers after 3 games, you be fired there
Wow.
and then.
The
For them, they want
pressure.
results there and then. Yeah, they want results. Yeah, they want results there and then. Yeah, but with this club, they'll give them time and in the process they will do something incredible and we shall see results at the end of the day. So I'm happy that Wakiso Giants has appointed these two legends of Ugandan football as coaches of the club, and we wish them all the best. I would say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is Waxo Giants. Usually they are mid-table teams. They have managed really to really fight relegation several times and have really stamped their presence in the Uganda Premier League as one of the really traditional teams right now that have always really been in the Uganda Premier Leagues. So anyway, we will really let's advance this conversation. We'll talk about the situation with the express movie to Nakibubo. And also, we got news that Nakivubo Stadium did not really pass the CAF test of hosting. And it's not the first time we've been hearing this thing of Nachivo really failing uh, uh, CAF testing of really being able to host this confederation and these international games. Where does this leave Nachivo right now? Before we talk about Express coming in Nachivobo, leaving Wankulkuku, coming into the traditional den of AC Villa, their rivals. What does this really change with this transfer and also Nachivobo really failing the CAF?
Uh, Nachivo can do some adjustments. I remember until then Son and he said playing on the turf is more risky than playing on the grass. And he said if Nachivo can adjust and put in the grass, that will be so helpful.
Mm,
So when you listen to such an input from a professional, it means a lot. So if I'm harm, of course, I do some adjustments. Of course, staffs can also pass through as they can qualify to be on the cup standard. But professional players mainly prefer natural
grass,
grass. That's why Nambole made yeah, that's why Nambole made it so fast. You're seeing now Vipers hasn't yet made it. The St. Mary's Stadium hasn't made it. Uh,
Actually,
but
the
with
Vipers was
so
approved.
with
Eh?
that,
Mm,
yeah, it was approved, yes.
mm,
With so doing, they can adjust because Vipers has hosted a lot of games, a lot of
mm,
international games actually, even club
mm,
football.
mm.
Yeah, so they approved it. They approved it as well because it's big enough. The parking spaces there. There are
Yes, yeah,
some
like
elements
parking, yeah.
which make
Like, if you-
yeah
like for example,
parking.
parking, evacuation route, that building of a mall around it has really affected
Yeah,
its approval because of the requirements by CAF, where the ambulance
mm,
comes in, where the ambulance leaves, emergency exits, parking, emergency gathering point. There are many things that we're really missing from Nachivubo, and I don't know how they can really twitch the stadium to meet those standards. For the pitch, they can change the grass, they can twitch a lot of things within
mm,
the premises of the stadium. But these other things that need really space outside the stadium, and you look at the business model of
yeah.
Nachivubo, they have malls around. I don't know how they're going to really manage this to really
But
mm,
but with Express leaving Wankulukuku going to Nachivubo, remember those years it used to be SCV at KCCA, which was the home ground those days Nachivubo before
yeah.
they reconstructed it.
Mm,
And with Express going there, uh, I look at it in a perspective of like it's a development. It's a development for the club.
mm,
Yes, Wankulukuku has been good, but the issue is the distance going to Wankulukuku has been an issue.
mm,
The fans wouldn't get where to sit. It was only VVIP guys who had where to sit.
mm,
Eh? Looking at it, the dressing rooms are now have now kind of adjusted. The players can be like, I've gone to a dressing room now.
yeah.
They've got like the gym is also there. They
Mm,
have the gym as well. Like after working
mm,
out, I can head to the gym and I work out.
mm.
You know,
Floodlights also for double
the
headers.
yeah, yeah, perfect. True. Training at night, even playing games at night. They brought the game back. They brought the game nearer to their fans because
Yeah,
Express fans are mainly based in city in the city
downtown. Yeah.
inside the town.
Mm,
So they brought the game near to their fans. Yeah, hence making some sales of tickets. So
mm,
somehow, someone they brought the game closer to the fans and even the things in there into the stadiums helps
mm,
them a lot to build something different.
mm,
You know, I would say it's a plus to them. I can't say
mm,
why they leave Bangkok after spending other 3 years at the stadium. Of
mm.
course, they're still hiring. It wasn't their stadium because it was for the
Yeah.
kingdom.
Mm.
It's from Ghana. It's from Ghana. It's not for itself. It's Ghana
Mm,
kingdom.
mm,
So they're like, okay, thank you for the good work for hosting us. For make this is our home. We can even still come back, but let's go somewhere. But of
mm,
course, they need to make some money because look at how Vipers is making their money. Look at how
mm,
KC is making them, and these are all clubs. Now
mm,
even expect like, you know what?
mm,
Let me go somewhere and make my money as well. Yeah, don't be surprised when you see Villa playing their games at Namboli very soon. They'll be like, now
mm,
we're going to having games at Namboli instead of at Namboli.
mm,
So at the end of the day, these clubs don't get stairs. I need to make sure our fans are comfortable. They're seated watching the game, so we're not thinking of like we're standing up,
Mm.
you're peeping how it's happening, what's happening, what's
Yeah.
happening. You're seated comfortable watching the game, so yeah.
Mm. Unlike
Even,
the
even
this.
the health bit of yeah, a bit of the fans. Some ladies, the fans, they have to go to the washrooms. Where are they going
Mm.
to ease themselves from? That
Mm.
matters a lot. These are now good things which
Facilities.
have come in.
Mm.
Yeah, the facilities are on point,
Mm.
which can make the fan want to come watch your game, not be thinking of like I'm going to a group party.
Mm.
Where am I going to sit?
Mm.
If the fans are attacking me, if the fans are attacking me, where am I going to run from? Is there an emergency? Is there enough security as well? All those questions come in. So somehow, somewhere, I'm happy for Express making such a decision because this is an advanced facility and it helped them a lot. It helped the club a lot.
Mm. Yeah, of course, it will help the club grow in terms of also merchandise, business wise, of course, advertising. We hope that they really get in terms of revenue. They will really grow like significantly in this time. Yeah. Anyway, let's advance also the talk. We check out NBL basketball, the playoffs uh, that happened this weekend. There was a break, and there was a break because of the Gazelle traveling. These are the games that happened on Saturday. JKL Lady Dolphins 95-59, UPDF Lady Tomahawks, USU Lady Cannons 48-46 against Magic Stormers. This was a close one. Miracle Ravens 68-51, KIU Rangers. Wow, this one is also a shocker. City Oilers 72-52, Kampala Rockets. We expected that. KIU Titans 60-51, JT Jaguars. Hudson, run us through these playoffs and what you're picking out from the playoffs. And as
Uh, a correction on that. Correction on that. KIU swept Miracle. It was a sweep because
oh,
the first game on Wednesday, not Saturday, they swept
uh,
the game ended. It was 68 on 51.
yeah,
KIU sweeping Miracle. KIU has advanced to the semifinals.
okay.
Waiting on the winner between I think Jekyll and UPDF. Yeah, waiting on
Mm,
the winner between Jekyll and UPDF. Yeah. So I would say, of course, with that, I told you earlier last week on what on Tuesday that the semifinals I expect there are games I expect to be like a sweep because
mm,
this is a three game series, not a 5 game series. It's a 3 game series.
uh,
Jekyll is
fun.
going to be UPDF. That is
Mm,
assured. You see against Magic Stormers, that's a tricky one, but of course, I'm seeing a sweep from you see having a sweep against Magic Stormers. Of course,
mm,
KIU did. I think they swept JT they swept Miracle Ravens. But the big game, the most interesting game is number 4, number 5. That is KCCA up against JT Jaguars.
mm,
We saw what happened on Saturday.
mm,
JT winning that game, JT beating KCCA in that game, and I would definitely say
mm,
due to the rotation of KCCA, they lost the game, but the game was in their hands. But JT played the credit to Coach Sudi Ulanga with his rotation, with his
mm,
trust into the players, and the players delivered a good, interesting game. Actually, it was a birthday for Sarah again, who is their captain and who is their lead on the team. And of course, they won the game comfortably with a 10-point lead. For UCU up against KCCA, that is still number 4 and number 5 in the boys' side. Of course, the UCU guys won the game by a 20-point lead. Very interesting game from the UCU young lads because the way the coach made the rotation, you were seeing first years who are young kids play good basketball ahead
mm,
of the third years. And of course, their captain, Bliss Rabaga, being the top scorer to that game. Generally, to me, the sweeps are in the girls' side, of course, Jekyll as the champion.
mm,
And you've got UCU, you've got KIU,
mm,
and then you've got, of course, Jet might win this series. On the side of
mm,
the men, you have City Oilers who are champion.
mm,
Of course, they comfortably beat Kampala Rockets on Saturday.
mm,
You have KIU Titans also. they'll sweep JT Jaguars. You've got Namongo Blazers who sweep our Saviors. Though on Wednesday, they were somehow slow until the fourth quarter. That's when they stepped up and won their game. Of course, CC up against KCC. It's a tricky one, but with the way the boys played on Friday, I expect them to sweep KCC as well. So in the semifinals, we shall see, of course, CSU take on City Oilers, then Namongo Blazers take on KIU Titans, which is a good matchup. Eh, but we may see shockers in the semifinals from the
Yeah.
from both sides. Yeah. Because basketball is coming in playoffs and
Mm,
it's always a battle. It's always a battle in the playoffs. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, again, still with basketball, the Gazelles went to travel to Germany for a preparatory camp. They're preparing for the Afro basketball that will happen in February, if I'm not mistaken, February next year, February. They'll have test game against the
February 12th.
Republic. Yeah, against the Republic of Ireland, a team that plays its basketball in the European circuit, and also against MTV Stuttgart. The camp is crucial in preparation for the Gazelle as the gear up for the 2022 FIBA Zone 5 Women Afro Basketball. Scheduled in 2025. The German coach Goran Lojon is optimistic and promises to give his best. Uh, this camp here, we are in July and the games are in February. Will they? Do you think they'll have? What's the benefit of this camp? We have seen players joining in, Jonan,
And
and some
first
US
of all,
based players. Yeah.
is the first time the coach being with the team. The first time the coach being with the team, and with this camp, it's fully funded by Bet Power. It's not funded by NCS or the government. Fully funded by
Oh,
the sponsor of the senior national team, that is Silverbacks and the Gazelles. This has nothing to do with National Council of Sports coming in, putting in their money. No,
oh,
nothing with
Fuba.
government issues.
Mm,
So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy that the players are going out there to get exposure. Of also the coach learning what the players are capable of, and with this we shall see a lot of learnings from them because they're going to play against a national team that is Republic of Ireland. Then they're going to play against one of the good clubs in European basketball. On top
mm,
of that, the coach is looking at also making additions into the team. Of course, there are some two players that are included into the team. The point guards,
mm,
looking at the position of point guards needs. I think he saw the team is like, you know what, we lack a point guard. But
mm,
I'm happy to see Dano Notoi's in the team. Of course, they even named the captains of the team now.
mm,
Uh, after Flavia, Flavia, because the last Afro basket they played in Yiga, I think it was her last big international tournament she played for the
mm,
Gazelles, and with the years she has been the captain, I think from 2017 till now. After Vic Intare stepping down with as a captain, she stepped on and she became the captain of the Gazelles team. And she has been the
mm,
captain for some good years, and she has been playing basketball for over 10 years on the national team. She's a
mm,
legend of the team. Everyone is really impressed. Everyone is happy with what she gave the team, with
mm,
what she gave the country. Uh, of course, now we have a new captain. The new captain is Jenna Sinde, who is a small forward, and then we have assistant captain is Hopper Kello. These are players we've seen grow. These are players we've seen with with the team. With the team, of course, Jenna Sinde started playing with the Gazelles team in Afro basketball. Hopper Kello started playing with the Gazelles team like in like after like some good time, but we've seen them from Budo, from Chitende. They've been with the junior teams, and now here they are. That discipline is on point. They're good leaders.
mm,
They're good players. Hence, we are going to see a good competition. We are going to see a competition from the girls because if the coach has taken, of course, your players, they've gone to German. Of course, it doesn't stop these other players who are left behind to work hard so that the coach can look at them and you know what, you also have a team because this is just a camp, so that this is the final team. This is just a camp, and in the process, they're learning a lot of things because it's going to be a 2 week. It's going to be a 2 weeks camp.
mm,
But now back to the club basketball. This is so helpful because in the process, there's something you're building. In these camps, you're learning a lot.
Mm.
What can you do on the ground? If you're not good at the 3 point line, you cannot just, you're not good at the 2 point line, you cannot just, you're not good at free throws, you cannot just,
Mm.
your drive, your dribble, all that, they look at that, then they're giving you some bit of advice.
Mm.
So this is so helpful for the national teams.
Okay. Just to add to that, does it okay? Like, will it be will the camp end in time for the semi-finals playoffs?
Of course, they're coming back on 25th of July. Uh, the of course all the girls' games have been put on hold until these players come back because KCC has lost one of their superstars in the team, that is Peris Anyango, Peris Amanio, Nyamwenge, Peris Nyamwenge, sorry, Peris Nyamwenge. And when you look at KIU, they've got Amanio into the team, they've got Saron Chirabo into the team. Look at UCU, the 3 players are into the team, that is Yetaba, Shira Lamono, and as well Shakira Nambudia. JKO 3 players into the team, that is Opakelo, that is Jenna Sinde. You know, it was so they were like, let's put the games on hold until these guys come back. Then the playoffs resume. As of now, the girls' playoffs are on hold. I don't know how the men will be over. They're still on hold as well, or they're still on hold as well. I don't know, but wait
Mm.
for the communication from the federation. Though their communication is somehow skip it. They're not clear about these things
Mm.
because we've gotten about the postponement of the games through a story, not from the official page of the federation, which beats my understanding. You know,
Mm.
but let's wait for what the federation does. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, yet again, we have a very, very important tournament coming on this weekend. That is the Rugby Afrique. The Cranes will be really looking to win this title. The winner of this tournament will be qualified for the Rugby World Cup, which will be really a huge milestone for Uganda. The Cranes had a small preparatory camp in Pretoria where they call it a boot camp. They played against Limpopo Country, District 15. They played against the Super Barbarians in Johannesburg and Loftus 200 in Pretoria. So these are the score that Coach Mudola named. The final squad: Robert Aziku, Nathan Wambale, Moses Ziwa, Joseph Aredo, Innocent Gwokto, Byron Oketayot, Jones Kamiza, Elifaz Emong, Simbusi, Arnold Ochen, Conrad Wanyama, one of my favorite players, Sidney Gogodio, Kalunji Paul, Santos Senteza, Asman Gerwa, Wandera, Aturinda, Alex Aturinda. I think these are the players who were playing the 3 players who were included from the rugby seven that played in Mauritius. Charles Uhuru, Evan Magomo, the captain, Philip Okarach, Julius Opio, Timothy Siga, Saul Chivumbi, Joseph Oyet, yeah, Joseph Oyet of Hidden, and Odugo, Omoding, Oto, and Juko. There are some players who were included from the sevens, and these are the teams, the best of 8, the winner, 4 match days, 4 games each day. We have Kenya, Namibia, the holders, Burkina Faso, Zimbabwe, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and Algeria. This is a huge tournament. As Ivan Magomo was speaking today at NBA Sport, he said this is the AFCON of rugby. Uh, what do you expect will be the first games to be played in Nambole, New Turf? Uh, the Cranes have not really yet really played any game there in terms of competitive games. So this is a new tournament. I don't know what you can maybe comment on that, but it's starting on the 18th, 18th, and will go on up to the 25th.
One of the officials said, of course, uh, the clubs won't use the taps for the training one and Nambole because these are game taps. They will just do some warm ups a little bit, then they get ready for the games because it was talking about the grass, the material, how the grass is, how the taps are. They'll be like, of course, training grounds there'll be Chad Dondo, you have legends, you got KP as well. Those can be training grounds of these countries. For this game, of course, they brought in the experience as well into the team. We've seen these sevens players playing 15s for their club. Not that they are playing 15s, but they play 15s for their clubs. Of course, Alex Atrinda, Timothy Chisiga, and Philip Okorach are the additions. At first, I thought they would make like 6 additions from the sevens team, but they made 3 additions from the sevens team, not like the 6 which we all thought they would do. And then on top of that, uh, the, the tournament has been posted by MTN coming in as this partner, as a big sponsor, because yesterday they sent memorandum of understanding with MTN, which is the big plus to the union. Now because you've got now special, now MTN
That's
has come
special,
in,
yeah.
so we expect a lot, a very successful a tournament to be successful, which is a plus to them, and then we will look forward to what the government is going to give them, because as I was talking to one of the union officials, they said the government hasn't given them any single penny for this tournament. So we look forward to
Yeah.
what the government is going to give them as
Wow.
well. Yeah. I think they gave them this week, or that yesterday, that because they haven't given them the money yet. We look forward to how much the government is going to give them to boost their preparation for the tournament. But the teams have started coming in. We saw Burkina Faso came in as early as possible, and we thought these teams would come in, the countries would come in like on a Thursday, but or like on Wednesday. But Burkina Faso was like, you know what? Let's get Uganda as early as possible. Get prepared for this tournament. So we expect a good tournament from the rugby cranes, and with the team they assembled, no even an expert have made noise like this. Why did they leave this one aside? No, it is a good team, and people believe in the team. The advantage is, apart from Philip Okorach, we had even more 6 players who went to South Africa like 3 months back for training, for all that. So at the end of the day, and they were telling us at the end of the day, these players might even go professional, because the clubs they've been training with are now interested into signing them. So wait what comes out from the club, their home club, but the home clubs will it's about it. But generally, these boys are ready. After that boot camp in South Africa, on top of that, after they came back to South Africa, they went straight to Ginger. Not that they stayed in Kampala, straight to Ginger for still more training, to work to have a camp with the team. Uh, the coach Mudola did a good job with the way he announced the team. And the media guys didn't say, how come you left out on this one? How come this one has been left out? No. Everyone was like, okay, this is a good team. And what next we need? We expect results from them, and positive results. So wish all the best to the rugby cranes of Saturday. Of course, Saturday will be at Nambole, waiting for their first game. As I sip on a soft drink. That's what I will say.
With soft absolutely. Okay, the tickets will be going for 20,000. That is if you're buying like physical tickets. But there's a promotion also with Momo. The tickets will be going for 10K to buy with Mobo. I don't know whether FlexPay is also jumping on board. But this is really, let's go and support the rugby cranes. These are events that are really coming up. Let's get used to these events. And most of this team, the players, this is a strong team. They've been together even ever since the Victoria Cup that happened in KPA. So we're really hoping for the best. We don't have the big boys in the tournament like South Africa. Only Namibia, the defending champion, and maybe Kenya. Yeah, but yeah, we're really hopeful for this tournament. Yeah. Anyway, let's jump international. The Euros that concluded on Sunday. Uh, Football did not come home to a lot of disappointment to the English fans. Um, England losing the game 2-1 to Spain. It was a game of the game that was one-sided, 70 to 30 possession to Spain. Spain dominated both sides of the field. England, as usual, with their kind of conservative football, costed them. Uh, a lot of people, it's mixed reaction from the media, pundits, people around the world who are divided over whether Southgate should really stick and stay with the team for the 2026 World Cup. England really had really a smooth pass. They didn't have really big teams on their way, unlike Spain that really defeated Italy, Germany, France uh, uh, on its way. England maybe played Netherlands, which was also a very tricky game. A lot of people say that they got a very soft penalty. So England, most people are saying that England are really not really, they are not really them in terms of football. It's just that they have tried to assemble a very good team, and they were exposed in the final.
You know, in tournaments we look at one thing: goals. Whether you played which kind of football, whether it's bad or it's good, what they want to
Mm.
see are goals. And what they see is win your games. England did that with their kind of football they played, with their shaky football they played. What they
Mm.
did was one thing: we need goals. We need move one step at a time. We need to move from this step to the other step. Of course, in the finals, they met a team which beat the favorites. It beat the German side in the quarterfinals. It beat the France side in the semifinals. These were favorites of the tournament.
Mm.
And Spain wasn't even among the favorites of the tournament, by the way. We
Mm.
could look at England, Spain, and we could look at England, German, and France as favorites. When these guys came on Spain, they gelled in with the mature players and the young players. Of
Mm.
course, the young players I'm looking at Yamal and I'm looking at Williams as the attackers. Morata is 31 years. Of course, Rodri, I think, is now like 26 years of age or 27.
Mm.
Uh, Hernandez is 28 years. The PSG midfielder was that lefter. Olmo is young as well. Pedri is young, but he got injured. Then Olmo got an opportunity. And everyone was saying, where has been this boy? How come they've been benching him?
Mm. Olmo,
And the
wow.
advantage is the coach
Mm.
of Spain believes, believes in this player, believes in this player so much because he was in under 21
Mm.
as a coach, and what next? They promoted him to the senior side. So he
Mm.
knows what the player's strength is and what the player's weakness is. And he has given these players the confidence of like, you know what, you can do it. Now look at the number three of Spain, Cucurella. Everyone was like, how come they're benching the guy of Real Sociedad? How come he's not playing? How come this guy is starting?
Mm.
Guys were like, the coach knows what the guy is going to do
Mm.
and what next. He
One
made
of
an
the
assist
best left
which
backs in the
gave them the
tournament.
winner.
Yeah. Mm.
Yes, actually, he was the best left back of the tournament
Mm.
because he played so well with his
Mm.
composure, with his
Mm.
confidence, played so well, and what
Mm.
he delivered.
Mm.
Uh, when you look at the defenders, of course, you have Laporte, you've got Nacho, then you've got this guy still of Real Sociedad. Actually, everyone was like, how come we don't see Barcelona guys? Played, when you look at Barcelona, when you look at Madrid, when you look at those Atletico Madrid, most of their players are not Spanish.
Mm.
Most of their players are not Spanish, by the way.
Mm.
That's why the guy is going to look at Real Sociedad, go and look at Sevilla and the
Yeah,
started
Leipzig,
8 year
even
Navas into is like
mm.
man, yeah, because at the end of the day now, when we look at Girona, we look at Girona itself, most of the players are not Spanish.
Mm.
So the keeper is from Real Sociedad actually. The keeper is from
Mm.
Real Sociedad. Okay.
Mm.
And
Mm.
Raya was on bench. Everyone was like, how come Raya isn't starting?
Mm.
The question is what is there.
Mm.
Actually, credit to this coach because when Rodri got injured, he made a
La
start.
Fuente.
Everyone was like, ah,
Mm.
are they winning this game? They might lose
Mm.
this game. Because Rodri is what he has been some and what next?
Mm.
Lamau passed the ball so well.
Mm.
Olmo, ball going to Olmo, but Olmo kind of like missed it. It went to Williams, and Williams finished it with a good left.
With a good left, yeah.
And with the kind of football, the kind of football they played, by the time Southgate woke up, is like, let me remove Foden and Harry Kane.
Mm. It
It
was
was
late.
to me it was kind of late
Mm. Mm.
because in the first half he would have made a substitute there and then after the first half. Foden was completely gone. He was completely lost as
Gone.
well as Harry Kane. They are
And that's
completely lost.
and that's
They were
that has
lost.
always been the issue with England. If you look at even the beginning of the tournament, they didn't
Yes.
even know the kind of formation they wanted to play.
Mm.
He first started with the back four, then when you realize that substitutions are working for him, he went to a back three. In the Spain game, I don't think a back three would really work for him because you saw how Kyle Walker was exposed, was left alone, with a back three.
Yeah.
I mean, Southgate wasn't really
Mm.
concrete with his formation, and he realized late in terms of substitution. Even the first two games you'd see was really reluctant in substituting players until he got a really huge backlash. It's like the English coach Southgate really is being, not only is he the coach, but there are other coaches like from the media that he listens to people. Like there are some things that I would really see from the media, and the next day you see Southgate really changing, and you're like, is this man really standing on his ideas, his philosophy? If you look at La Fuente, for him, the way you said, he's he's vibrant. He makes changes. At times, really, removes Lamal. He's a guy that really assembled his team on and used the best of its strength. And it was the best attacking football. scored the most goals, to won
Yeah.
all their games, all the 7 games. So you'd see the difference between La Fuente and Southgate. And that's the same question I wanted really to put across to you. Would you really stick with Southgate in the next tournament?
Now, leaving that aside, when you look at Foden, he first moved out of the camp to Gant with his wife, and the wife was giving birth. You know, when he
Mm,
came back that very day, after like a few hours, the guy was put into the team to play. I'm like, why using Foden after him
mm,
not being with the team training? You've got other players. Why can't you start these players?
true.
Southgate, to me, he has achieved something. Being in the finals twice is a big achievement for Southgate as a coach.
Mm,
With the England makes noise, they shouldn't expect to get results there and then. I'm happy Southgate has they've been the finals twice, and
mm,
I'm sure the FA would be considerate and they would be the best stick with Southgate until the World Cup of 2026.
mm,
If he doesn't deliver, that's when you shall be like, you know what, pack your bags and leave. But Hurricane is still with the team as the captain because we know he was a top scorer last season with the German side in the Bundesliga, and with Campana, visit Campana as the coach, we might see more goals coming from him because he's a starter, he's their main striker at Bayern Munich. Uh, of course, we shall see what he can deliver if he's what he can deliver in the next 2 years. But for strikers, one can be old, but he can still deliver because we saw the likes of this German boy, close edging, but he was still scoring goals.
mm,
You know, so with strikers, it's all about how you do your job.
mm,
You see now with Suarez still at Uruguay,
mm.
he's still into
Yeah,
the team, though he comes off the
yeah.
bench, but
Mm,
he's there.
mm,
There, yes. You look at Morata, who is now 31 years of age.
mm,
Uh, with the team, we've seen Giroud at his age scoring goals with at France and still
mm.
with the team until this Euros. Like, to him, is
Retired.
like this my last Euros.
Mm,
I'm done with football. Let me do my other things.
mm,
It's the way the strikers, the movement also matters with strikers.
mm,
Hurricane doesn't move like he's a typical nine. He
mm.
first get
Like
coming to
Watkins.
get the ball,
Mm,
then he comes in front.
mm,
Yeah, he's not a typical nine. You'll be like, I'm a nine.
mm,
I'll be like a Swame. What next? I
mm,
tap in the ball. I head the balls. He's coming to get the ball. He wants to be
mm,
involved into the plays of the teams.
mm,
So let's wait and see what comes out of the air. But to me, I look at Southgate staying with the team. That's what I think. Though most of the people look at him saying, let him leave the club, let him leave the country, but who are you going to replace him with? Because right now we don't have
yeah,
coaches who
true.
go out. That's why
There, there are no
Brazil
options
is
out
looking
there.
forward
Yeah.
to
Mm,
like
mm,
until they finish up with your Brazil is
mm,
saying, please, until you finish up with your Real Madrid
mm,
contract, please, we need you into the Brazil national team.
mm.
Meaning the coaches are nowhere.
Yeah,
Don't be
true.
surprised when you see Mourinho
Mm.
coaching now a national team like, yeah.
Wow. Actually, as we're speaking right now, I'm getting flash news that Southgate has resigned. I don't know. Let me first confirm this.
Wow. It
Yeah,
may,
it's
it may
true.
be true. Maybe true.
Yeah,
Maybe true.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Southgate
true.
has resigned.
Yeah.
Let me
He has
first
resigned.
confirm.
To me, I would say he has done an
Yeah,
incredible job,
true,
but
true.
it's
Yeah, as
time.
you speak right
It's
now.
time.
Yeah. Mm.
And
Yeah, anyway, but as
then
you're right.
other
Yeah.
news, the
Mm,
20, then other news, I'm just seeing something. An update is the 2024 Olympics team will be flagged off today. The State House, that is
okay.
at Entebbe.
Mm,
So yeah.
okay. Wow. What a turn of event. We speak about Southgate, and at the moment he has resigned. So as we said, Addison was we discussed with Addison, there are really scarcity. There's a really a huge scarcity of good coaches out there. Teams are really fighting for these coaches. So we'll see what England will replace Southgate with. Uh, anyway, today also, this is in Madrid, the Bernabeu. They will be unveiling Kylian Mbappe. The news is that when it was announced that these jerseys were out, uh, the Real Madrid website got a glitch because of the huge numbers of orders. The tickets were sold out the same day. Around 80,000 fans will be really in the Bernabeu really to welcome Kylian Mbappe. It has been overdue. Looking at even how Perez was really trying to really court the player from Monaco to Paris Saint-Germain, the French president getting involved, and finally Madrid has really acquired their number one target. Where does this leave Madrid and the rest of Spain? I remember I saw one of my friends were chatting and said, with Mbappe coming to Madrid, Barcelona does not even need to prepare because it's going to really be Messi uh, in La Liga.
With Mbappe coming in the Madrid team, apart from Cavijal,
Mm.
hmm? Apart from Cavijal, the rest of the team is foreign based. The Spanish team is foreign based apart from Cavijal.
Mm.
You understand
The
that?
starting.
The starting 11 foreign
Yeah.
based.
Mm.
Yeah, because Nacho has already gone to Turkey, the captain of the team, as after winning his actually. I'm happy for him. He has won three titles this season. Then add on the Euros, those are four. I'm happy for him because he has left as a happy man. The long-serving player who has been long-serving player was Nacho, and of course he has gone peacefully. But in Madrid, it is something we've been waiting for
Mm.
as the fans and people of football because we were supposed to go like last season and then the
Mm.
French players that had to get involved into it. And he got mad with the club. He said, you know what, let me stay with you guys, play for you. But
Mm.
guess what? I'm not going to sign a new contract. I'll go free.
Mm.
He's a sharp man. His agent is very sharp because he has made all
Mm.
his money peacefully and also
Both
without
sides
anything
are
of
happy.
like the club is getting his
Mm.
sign up fee is fully his.
Mm.
The money coming off the jersey money,
Mm.
most of the money is his personal money.
Yeah.
Mm. And
Image
information has it that
rights.
he's even going to buy is that he wants to buy a club in the lower division of the French league.
Wow.
So the man
It's clocking
the
the
man is
bag.
now like the man's like now like the man is now like a billionaire at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But of course this is what we expect from him, the fans being the stadium as the unveiling him because
Mm.
he's a star. Is now the face of football in world football. FIFA looks at him as the face of
Mm.
world football after Messi and
Mm.
Ronaldo
Mm.
getting old, and now they're
Mm.
kind of worn out because Messi won his last Copa America
Mm.
on Monday morning. But
Mm.
he got injured. He didn't finish the game. He got injured because I knocked him badly and moved out of the game.
Mm.
But of course, he won it after a 1-0 goal
Mm.
against against Colombia. And to me, the player of the tournament, of course, was Rodriguez with the results he did, with the kind of football he played. That's why I'm telling myself that guy is good at club international football, but when it comes to club football, so
Mm.
the player who plays
Mm.
so at Juventus, so at Madrid, it's so different compared to the player who plays at the national team.
Mm.
To me, my disappointment was Uruguay because we expected them to be the finals, and they
Mm.
disappointed us in the semi-finals. They beat them 2-0.
Mm.
It was a big
Yeah.
disappointment. It was a big disappointment. Yeah, Nunes missing those clear chances.
Chances. Yeah.
Anyway, Brazil
Fighting
also
with the
disappointed.
fans also.
Brazil disappointed by one.
Brazil, actually, speaking of Brazil, is one of Brazil disappointed us a lot. I don't
Mm.
know. I remember that time when Ronaldinho came out and said that the culture in this Brazilian team doesn't really uh, portray the love we had for the Brazilian team back in the days. And his prophecy really came out that this Brazilian team is not really up to the test. Yeah.
The football adjusted. The football adjusted a little bit.
Mm.
Now the Brazilians are not playing the Brazil kind of football they used to
Football.
play.
Yeah.
And now they
Bona
play now
Bonito.
the
Mm.
European football.
Mm.
Yeah. The Brazilian football stopped long time ago. Now
Mm.
play the European football. Those days, being a leader,
Mm.
when Cafu was the captain of the team, everyone was like, Cafu is Cafu, yes, Cafu is on the pitch, yes.
Yeah.
Then
Captain Cafu.
this one Baker getting a armband from there. You're seeing this PSG captain also being the captain. There you're
Mm.
seeing Neymar was like, you know what, I can't be a captain. I'm done with this armband. So it's a tricky situation right now.
Mm.
But with the kind of players they've got, with the way they're building the team, and if they get Ancelotti after Madrid, you will see
Mm.
results coming in because their
Yeah.
target is many, but they need to that
Mm.
team.
Wow. Absolutely. Well, that was for our discussions today. Our take. Really appreciate the one people who follow us and subscribe. Please make sure you subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Sports256, and on Twitter also. You can follow us Sports256 admin, Instagram, we're all there, even TikTok. So really appreciate you for really being really devoted followers, and I want to thank Hudson also for really giving us this time and also his insight into this. Sports discussion. Yeah. See you guys. Till next
Thank
time.
you so
Yeah.
much and
Mm.
have a
All right.